Plastic surgery to look like the stars and Who's Jackie O next ET.
A Passover massacre. A suicide bomber blows himself up in a crowded Israeli hotel at the start of a Jewish holiday dinner. The U.S. government warns Americans in Italy about a possible Easter Sunday terror attack. They were at sea when America went to war and joined the fight. Today, an emotional welcome home. And the death and remarkable life of Mr. Television, Milton Berle.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
Good evening. Dan's off tonight. I'm Ed Bradley. Passover in Israel began tonight with a massacre. An Islamic suicide bomber blew himself up in a hotel where Jews were celebrating the holiday. At least 16 people were killed, more than 100 injured. The latest violence came as an Arab summit conference meant to ratify a Saudi peace plan was falling apart. We began in Israel. Elizabeth Palmer reports on the attack in the coastal resort city of Netanya.
A man walked into the lobby of this seaside hotel where Israeli families had gathered for their Passover holiday meal and blew himself up. A massive blast tore through the dining room, destroying walls, ceilings, and windows. Rescue workers say they expect some of the wounded won't survive the night. The 25-year-old suicide bomber was this man, Abdel Bassat Odeh. In a telephone call to an Arab television station, the Islamic militant group Hamas claimed responsibility for the attack. A representative for Hamas says the violence is bound to continue.
I believe the Palestinians are ready to continue the struggle because they have nothing to lose.
But the Palestinian Authority has condemned the bombing, saying it was designed to undermine ceasefire talks. President Bush made it clear that he expects more than just words from Yasser Arafat and the Palestinians.
I call upon Mr. Arafat and the Palestinian Authority to do everything in their power to stop the terrorist killing.
There is widespread fear tonight that the bombing means the end of the ceasefire talks that have been lurching along here, chaired by the American envoy Anthony Zinni. However, American Secretary of State Colin Powell has said General Zinni will stay in Israel and will stick to his mission. A spokesman for Prime Minister Ariel Sharon says the Israeli government also remains committed to the truce negotiations for the moment, but would not rule out military reprisals for tonight's attack.
We have the right to take defensive action measures against such actions, even when we are negotiating a ceasefire.
People are very nervous that this bombing is going to provoke a hardline Israeli crackdown of some kind. Both the Israeli Defense Minister and Yasser Arafat are in consultations with their respective heads of security, and reports say that Yasser Arafat has ordered the arrest of 4 Islamic militants from the West Bank. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
Now to the chaotic Arab Summit conference in Beirut. Correspondent David Hawkins reports from the Lebanese capital.
The Arab Summit was supposed to showcase Saudi Arabia's Middle East peace proposal. Instead, bickering and quarreling have all but ruined hopes that Arab leaders can overcome their differences and unanimously back the Saudi plan for ending the Arab-Israeli conflict once and for all. While it was Israel that refused to allow Palestinian Authority President Yasser Arafat to attend the summit, it was Lebanon that didn't let him speak. Lebanese officials organizing the event refused to allow Arafat to deliver a speech by satellite, claiming concern that Israel might interfere with the transmission. Outraged Palestinian delegates walked out, saying that Lebanon added insult to Israel's injury.
Being prevented by doing this really makes it very difficult for us to continue and makes it very difficult to see how this conference, how this summit prevents the very man who leads the struggle and leads the quest for peace not to address the conference.
Arafat gave the speech anyway to the Middle Eastern TV network Al Jazeera. After being promised that it will be shown during tomorrow's meetings, the Palestinians agreed to rejoin the summit. Somewhat lost in all this, Saudi Crown Prince Abdullah formally outlined his proposal offering Israel peace with the Arab world in return for a withdrawal from all of the occupied territories. He appealed directly to Israelis, saying that if Israel abandons its policy of violence and retaliation, Arab states will not hesitate to accept the right of Israelis to live in peace. Even if Arab leaders manage to speak with one voice, on tonight of all nights, Israelis aren't likely to listen, let alone believe them. David Hawkins, CBS News, Beirut.
An Arabic newspaper in London today received an email purportedly from Osama bin Laden attacking the Saudi peace plan. Among other things, the letter calls the Saudi proposal a, quote, Zionist American one in Saudi clothes. The paper's editor, who has met bin Laden and published other statements from him, said the email is most likely genuine. The U.S. State Department and the U.S. Embassy in Rome warned today that terrorists operating in Italy may try to attack Americans there this Sunday, which is Easter. This, of course, is not the first terror warning Americans have heard since September 11th, but as correspondent Tom Fenton reports, this one was different.
The State Department alert was unusually specific. It warned that Americans in 4 Italian cities, Venice, Florence, Milan, and Verona, could be the targets of terrorist attacks by extremist groups on Easter Sunday. It said possible targets include churches, restaurants, and outdoor recreation events. The State Department said the warning was based on credible reports, but did not name the extremist groups.
What I would say for those who are traveling in Italy, and be prudent, be careful, enjoy yourselves, but display some caution in your activities.
The Italian government immediately announced it is taking extraordinary security measures. But American tourists in Rome reacted calmly. Some said they will not change their plans.
I think every place in the world is dangerous, and I think it's ridiculous. I don't worry about that stuff.
The threat to Americans in Italy was already considered high. Investigators uncovered an apparent plot last month to use a utility tunnel under the American embassy to launch an attack with cyanide poison. This latest alert notes that terrorists do not distinguish between official and civilian targets. It advises Americans to increase their security awareness and warns them to avoid large crowds. Tom Fenton, CBS News, London.
Congressman Lindsey Graham of South Carolina says the United States plans to attack Iraq by this fall to overthrow Saddam Hussein. Graham, a member of the House Armed Services Committee, says his information comes from intelligence briefings. A White House spokeswoman says no decision has been made about that phase in the war on terror. In yet another front in the war, the Philippine government says its army and U.S. Special Forces have zeroed in on Islamic militants holding a kidnapped American missionary couple, Martin and Gracia Burnham. Correspondent David Martin has more from the Pentagon.
It has been 10 months to the day since the Burnhams were taken hostage in the Philippines by the Abu Sayyaf terrorist group. And U.S. officials say there are indications the ordeal of the American missionary couple is coming to an end.
I, Martin Burnham, and my wife Gracia, both U.S. citizens, were taken as captives on May 27, 2001.
That video was released earlier this month. Since then, the Philippine Army, aided by American Special Forces and by surveillance aircraft like this Predator drone, has been closing in on Abu Sayyaf hideouts in the jungles of Basilan Island. In recent days, Philippine troops have recovered hair and clothing believed to belong to Mrs. Burnham. In addition to the military pressure, U.S. officials say a ransom of a few $100,000 has been paid to a third party acting as a go-between with Abu Sayyaf. Exactly who put up the money and what happened to it are unclear. The State Department has long had a policy against paying ransom, but just last month that was changed to read, "It is U.S. government policy to deny hostage takers the benefits of ransom." In other words, money can be paid as long as it doesn't benefit the kidnappers. With many Abu Sayyaf fighters now killed or captured, with their safe houses and their stores of food and ammunition raided, and with the Philippine Army and American Special Forces in hot pursuit, Abu Sayyaf may in fact never benefit from the ransom. In the past, Abu Sayyaf has beheaded some of its captives, so the Burnhams are by no means out of danger yet. If that ransom payment helps free them, it would be a victory in America's war against terrorism, but it might also encourage more kidnappings. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
Some of the very first Americans sent to battle terrorism after 9/11 are back home tonight. More than 7,000 sailors and Marines of the Navy battle group led by the carrier Theodore Roosevelt. Thalia Shuras was at Norfolk Naval Station in Virginia when they arrived.
It was finally back home for a crew that left Norfolk just 8 days after the terrorist attacks of September 11th toward an uncertain mission that turned into a new kind of war neither they nor the country ever expected to fight. Home to expectant arms.
Oh, I miss you, man.
Daddy. And new faces. Several dozen babies met their fathers for the very first time.
Been looking forward to seeing him for 3 months.
Some are bound for new beginnings.
September 11th kept us from getting married, so we're getting married this weekend.
The war on terrorism is called Operation Enduring Freedom. The crew and air wing on this carrier set an endurance record, 159 consecutive days at sea.
Long. Very, very long. Very strenuous at times, tiring at times. You just didn't feel like being there anymore.
It was worth it, every minute of it. To come back and see this and know what we did out there, and every minute of it was worth it.
Each sailor is now trying to make up every precious minute lost. Andrew Lalem, who missed his son Alex's first birthday,
You can give him a kiss?
has a lot of making up to do. First stop, another birthday party, and a chance for father and son to get reacquainted before this crew gets called on to fight again. Thalia Ashuras, CBS News, Norfolk, Virginia.
This is the CBS Evening News for Wednesday, and up next, a new mission in Afghanistan, a mission of mercy. Then, the life and death of a most talented entertainer.
People are buying thousands of new Oldsmobiles every month, which explains why we're building thousands every month. And each one is backed with a 5-year, 60,000-mile General Motors protection plan. Are you in the market? Get in an Oldsmobile, backed by GM. And for a limited time, get 0% APR financing.
Looking for better allergy relief? It's right under your nose. Benadryl. Proven better than the leading prescription antihistamine. Medical studies prove histamine-blocking Benadryl to be a full 54% more effective at relieving your worst allergy symptoms, like runny noses. Benadryl, proven 54% more effective than the leading prescription antihistamine.
Bottom of the 12th. Game time.
I should have used Preparation H.
Cool it fast with Preparation H Cooling Gel. Cools on contact for fast relief. Preparation H Cooling Gel. Cools on contact.
We were cooking till my arthritis pain flared up. So I took control with Advil. Nothing, not Tylenol, not Aleve, nothing's proven stronger or lasts longer than Advil.
You have the strength to get rid of pain. Take control. Take Advil.
What's better than buttery popcorn? We read your mind. Introducing Orville Redenbacher's Sweet and Buttery Microwave Popcorn. Covered in butter and sprinkled with sweetness. It's a totally new way to get Orvilleized.
Make a wish and watch the signs of aging fade. Rock Skin Refining Treatment, a daily moisturizer with pure retinol and vitamin E. Visibly reduces fine lines, smooth texture, and even skin tone, increasing radiance by 66% in 3 weeks. Look forward to another beautiful year with skin refining treatment from Rock. We keep our promises.
Around here, my kids will eat almost anything if it's topped with cheese. The folks at Kraft knew that. They've created a bunch of new ranch dressings with real Kraft cheese.
Oh, Mama.
Like I said, around here, the dressing is Kraft.
In Afghanistan today, aftershocks from Monday's powerful earthquake hampered relief efforts. Afghan officials now estimate the death toll as high as 1,200. And as Alan Pizzi reports from the mountain town of Naran in the Hindu Kush, as many as 100,000 survivors are in desperate need.
This is what it looks like when the earth moves under the Hindu Kush, and this is what it feels like. A series of aftershocks rocked the area where tens of thousands are homeless in war-ravaged villages, now reduced to rubble by nature. Already frightened children were driven to near panic. The most helpless left even more desperate. I am a widow with 5 daughters, she cries. There is so much cruelty to the Afghan people. Injuries were for the most part relatively minor, however, because most of the homes destroyed were single-story mud brick. When humble homes are reduced to this, people can be forgiven for believing no one is on their side. But for once, in a country where disaster is commonplace and rubble part of the landscape, there was help at hand.
We felt the earth move, we felt the tremors, and we kind of started moving.
7 tons of medical and other relief supplies were loaded onto 2 U.S. Army helicopters today to begin what will be an ongoing airlift. Humanitarian aid is part of the U.S. mission here, but it is treated as a military operation.
This isn't like we're going into South Florida. This is a combat zone. There are people out there with heavy weaponry who would love to kill us.
Here, however, desperate need overcame any hate that might exist. U.S. military officers say they would have helped out here no matter what was happening in the war. The fact that there are no combat operations at the moment just makes it that much easier. One small plus in the midst of disaster. But at dusk tonight, there were few other pluses to count. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, Narin.
In this country, without fanfare or photo op, President Bush today signed campaign finance reform legislation into law. The president then went on a scheduled trip to the South, including a round of fundraisers for Republican candidates. The new law is already facing legal challenges, especially over a provision that bans unlimited special interest donations to national political parties. U.S. Army Secretary Thomas White said today he will quit if his ties to Enron become a political liability. White is the most senior former Enron executive in the Bush administration. He admits making numerous Enron-related phone calls from his Pentagon office last year, but White says he did not offer, nor was he asked to help the now bankrupt company. You're watching the CBS Evening News, and up next, Eye on America, the new competition that's driving some gas stations out of business.
The CBS Evening News and tonight's Eye on America segment are sponsored by Tylenol. Take comfort in our strength.
I've always been a health nut. Just ask my kids. But at 60, things start to change. I'm not taking 1 prescription anymore, I'm taking 3.
Did you know that prescriptions may interact with common medications like pain relievers? But Tylenol is different. Only Tylenol has no drug interaction warnings, unlike Advil and Aleve.
I think I'm having the time of my life.
Tylenol. When taking other medications, take comfort in our strength.
Thinking about trying Viagra? It's now available from your doctor in a free 6-pill sample pack.
6? That's my number.
So get in the driver's seat and ask about the free Viagra sample pack.
Get to your doctor for a checkup and find out if a free sample of Viagra is right for you.
For more information, race over to Viagra.com.
Going to the airport? Hey, Bill, you stayed here too? Yeah, want to share a cab? Deal. All right. Great hotel. Yeah, pricey though. Wasn't that bad. Yeah, if you're CEO. Why? What did you pay? Here's my bill. I'd have paid nearly that. Not even half. You got ripped.
Hey, buddy, I can get you a great deal on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Save up to 70% on hotels worldwide. Hotels.com. The best prices at the best places, guaranteed.
Formula knocks out weeds in 24 hours. The leading imitator doesn't. Roundup knocks out weeds in 24 hours.
In the old days, athlete's foot meant using Lotrimin AF or Tenactin for 4 whole weeks.
Who does that? Today, Lamisil AT kills the fungus with just 1 week's use.
And keeps you athlete's foot free for 3 months.
Lamisil AT, the best way to cure athlete's foot.
This weekend, Enterprise Rent-A-Car announces special low rates from just $9.99 a day. Friday till Monday from just $9.99 a day. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
1-800-RENT-A-CAR.
pinned down and taking fire. In Operation Anaconda, the Army's new high-tech body armor proved itself.
At first, I thought it was a ricochet round that had bounced off my vest or a rock.
Tomorrow, see how the new vest stops bullets and meet some GIs who owe their lives to it. That and more on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
Now the CBS Market Watch. With mortgage rates low, sales of new homes rose a strong 5.3% in February. Average sale price $223,000, nearly 6% higher than a year ago. Stocks closed higher today, the Dow up 73 points. As gasoline prices head up, drivers are scanning the roadside for a deal and finding it at the big discount retail stores. Yes, the stores are getting into the gas pumping business now, selling the fuel at bargain prices, making everybody happy. Well, not quite everybody. White Andrews reports tonight's Eye on America.
Across rural America, the signs are coming down, and the gas pumps are coming up as more and more small and independent gas stations go out of business.
So all this comes down, the canopy comes down?
Correct. Tanks come up.
Garnet Ladd is closing the Ladco stations that his grandfather began in Clarksville, Tennessee. Mostly, he says, because of competition from chain retail stores. Walmart and Kmart are in the gas business here, as they are in many small towns. And Ladd says they often sell gas to consumers for less than he pays wholesale.
We cannot, as an independent marketer, continue to sell gasoline at or below our cost.
But for consumers, chain store discount gas is the success story of the year. Retailers like Sam's Club doubled their share of the gas market last year using a simple strategy: sell gas cheaply outside to lure people inside. Customers are happily bought for just a few cents a gallon.
Wherever it's cheaper is where I buy it.
I feel for Mom and Pa, but, you know, it's the free economy.
Just as the mom-and-pop hardware stores once complained about Walmart competition, now the small independent gas stations of America argue that big chain competition is unfair. The difference is the gas stations have clout.
Low-cost marketing in gasoline is rampant in America.
Lobbyists like Dan Gilligan have persuaded 14 states to ban the sale of gasoline below cost. He argues that if big retailers dominate gasoline now, consumers lose later.
If they run out all the other competitors, they will totally be free to exact whatever price they want.
I was thinking this is crazy.
What's crazy, says Stan Sheets, is what actually happens when those 14 states start policing gasoline. Sheets sells discount gas in 5 states. In Maryland, which has banned below-cost sales, Sheets has literally been busted for the crime of cutting prices.
Wait, they come in the store and say, hike the price?
They come in the store and say, yes, you must raise the price of your fuel. This is an illustration of how stupid this law is.
Meanwhile, back in Clarksville, it is over for Ladco.
It's sad. It's an end of an era.
But one day, Garnet Ladd predicts, all those customers filling up at the cheapest pumps in town will miss him more than they now know. In Clarksville, Tennessee, Wyatt Andrews for Eye on America.
Coming up next, he was Mr. Television, Mr. Tuesday Night, Uncle Milty. Milton Berle has died.
Hey, Ray, look at all those movies, huh?
You think I could be a movie star, Carl?
Can you act?
Oh, I could act like a movie star. This isn't imported water. You call this a health spa? You know, my plastic surgeon can fix these. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. These are brown. I specifically asked for green.
At Blockbuster, the hottest new releases are guaranteed on DVD, so you'll always find your favorite stars.
Ray, you can stop now.
Not until I get a bigger trailer.
Make it a Blockbuster night.
Super Polygrip gives me everything I want in an adhesive. I want firm hold, I want long-lasting hold, I want a snug fit. With Super Polygrip, I now have the confidence to just pick up a cob of corn and eat it, bite it, and enjoy it.
You want the very best for your best friends. Proper nutrition, regular exercise. And when it comes to monthly heartworm, you can forget it. Now there's Pro Heart 6. Just one dose from your veterinarian protects against heartworm disease for 6 months. Use with caution in sick, debilitated, or underweight animals. Side effects may include mild swelling or itching at the injection site. Forget monthly heartworm. Remember ProHeart 6, the 6-month preventative, only from your veterinarian.
Hey, Dad, my tuition's due.
How much do you need?
About $8,500.
What if getting money from your home equity was this painless? Well, thanks to Ditech.com, it may be. Just log on or call 1-800-246-5530 now to apply for a second mortgage with a no closing cost option.
Hey, Mom, we need another roll.
We'll arrange an appraiser, notary, and even deliver to your door. Ditech.com, your mortgage solution delivered.
Easter Bunny.
This Easter,
Easter Bunny.
Whack-a-Terry's. The original chocolate orange. Also enjoy Terry's chocolate raspberry. Smashing good taste.
Okay, you bust your chops all week long, and now your twisted back is whimpering, I don't think so. Well, introduce it to Thermacare, that new air-activated heat wrap. Open it up, it gets warm, and stays warm for 8 hours, deeply relaxing tight muscles. So circulation flows in, helping pain flow out. Now you're good to go. And go, and go. Hey, have a weekend. New Thermacare heat wraps. Feel the difference between can't and can.
We've got the latest eliminated team from The Amazing Race, so don't miss the fun. Wake up to what's happening tomorrow morning on The Early Show with Brian Gumbel and Jane Clayson.
We lost two great entertainers today. Musician, comedian, and actor Dudley Moore died in New Jersey at the age of 60.
Police with search dogs.
Known for his movie roles. In Arthur, he played a well-to-do drunk, and in 10, he portrayed a man in search of the perfect woman. Dudley Moore had been in poor health in recent years, suffering from a progressive brain disorder. And one of the best-known entertainers of the 20th century died today in California. Milton Berle, Mr. Television, was 93 years old. Jerry Bowen has a look at a vaudeville comedian who helped launch a whole new medium with a message of laughter.
It seemed there was no stopping Milton Berle.
I'm laughing because I know what's coming next.
Even late in life, the master of the one-liner was still going for just one more laugh.
This honor tonight is the most recent.
Mr. Television, he was called, and for a very good reason. Back in 1948, it was Milton Berle who risked his career on this infant medium.
Lady, don't laugh. You may have children of your own one of these days.
The lady was Berle's mother, Sandra, the ultimate stage mother, who pushed Milton into show business when he was just 5 years old. As a child actor, Berle appeared in a dozen silent films with the legendary Charlie Chaplin. Television changed everything. Tuesday nights, Berle owned America. 80% of the TV sets were turned on to him.
You mean, do I laugh every day? No, I don't think everybody laughs every day. But as long as I can make people laugh, that's my great pleasure.
Don't laugh, lady. Now you know what you look like when you get up in the morning.
Hey, lady, your kid did just fine.
Enjoy yourself, because it's only one time around, baby.
In Hollywood, I'm Jerry Bowen, CBS News.
And that's the CBS Evening News. There is more CBS News ahead tonight, beginning with 60 Minutes 2.
The highest-ranking American military officer ever convicted of espionage. After you hear his story, you decide if he's guilty. Plus, a look at the city of the future.
And later, a 48 hours mystery. A defiant husband stands trial for the murder of his wife. But was there a murder at all?
For Dan Rather, I'm Ed Bradley, CBS News in New York. Good night and happy Passover.
For news 24 hours a day, CBS.com on the internet and on our interactive partner, America Online, at keyword CBS News.
This is CBS.
Now, live from Coin Center, this is Coin 6 News at 6.
Did search dogs find anything in the hunt to find two missing Oregon City girls?
Watch out if you drive dangerously on Portland streets. Getting away with it just got a whole lot tougher.
And it's a big homecoming on Whidbey Island. We'll take you live to the happy reunion of hundreds of soldiers and their families. It is 6 o'clock. Welcome to KOIN 6 News. I'm Jeff Gianola.
And I'm Karen Adams. Thank you for joining us this evening. The FBI won't say if search dogs did much good today in the case of the missing Oregon City girls. The dogs sniffed around parts of Oregon City for hours. KOIN 6's Drew Mickelson joins us now live at one of the spots where the dogs were today. Drew.
Well, Karen, we're live tonight at the Newell Creek apartment complex here